So today's question of the day is a two-part question. What do you think about kissing a girl when you first meet that person? And what do you think of prank invasion? So for those of you who don't know who Prank Invasion is, he's this man on YouTube who has blown up in a way, and he has over 1 million subscribers. And his videos are very short; they're 2 minutes long, and they're basically him doing a really quick type of prank. And even if the prank backfires, he still attempts to get the kiss. And they're cut together, so all of them are like actual successful kisses. And he's a really good kisser. What can I say? And basically he pretty much goes up to girls on the street and does these little pranks and gets really sexual kisses with sometimes very attractive girls. And he's been doing this for a while. And so on his vlog channel, what he does is sometimes he will invite one of these girls out on dates and film part of the dates. And this is something he just started doing a couple months ago. And sometimes he doesn't show a lot because the girl's uncomfortable with it. But it seems like he's getting quite a few decent level dates with some girls. So it's very interesting. Anyhow, so I know two people come to mind very specifically with this question, and they're both pretty decent with girls, and they don't know each other, but they both have found something very similar. If you're approaching a girl on the street and you try and get a kiss with the girl or make out, and then you try and follow up later with the phone number, they found that it usually does not work. And they've rationalized it in very similar ways. Who knows if this is actually the true reason? All we can know for sure are the results. But both of them have said something along the lines of, well, it's buyer's remorse, or you know, it's just too much too soon, and perhaps they go home and think, oh my goodness, I was too slutty, or I it was I just kissed a random guy I don't know, it was too much too soon. I think, people fail to realize that generally speaking, many women are still very normal, very conservative people, and they don't want to go too crazy sometimes, and they're very cautious when dealing with people they don't know, strangers, and anyone they get intimate with. They have to really, really know very well. So that's the case for those types of daytime situations. Now, this thing flips on its head, I believe, in other situations. I think it holds true for things also like softball club, improv classes, hip hop dance classes, um, CrossFit league, whatever else type of activities you go to meet girls. But as far as and same thing, I think generally speaking for online dating. But I think it flips when we get to nightlife activity like bars and nightclub type situations. Not always, but I think generally speaking, depending on a girl, because in these situations I've seen, and I can definitely see a lot of girls just it's completely flipped. College parties as well. Um, Not always, depending on the geographic area, the general culture of the people. Um, but yeah, you can make out with girls very, very quickly. You can do a lot of things very, very quickly. And I think it's just completely different. And I do think there's still a huge element of, oh, I don't want to be judged by my friends or um, by you or anyone else in these environments, by the girl, and she doesn't want to have her social reputation ruined and so forth. But they're much more likely to be willing to make out and do sexual things just based off the culture and nature of the environment. From what I've heard, it's just if you want to do that, uh, you have to be cognizant and aware that you kind of want to do it without sabotaging her social reputation. So she may be willing, but if you can do it away from people that may judge her, maybe move her away from her friends, or just find some alone time, that's something that can work a lot better. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Again, I am not an expert at this myself. I'm just curating knowledge and content from people I know on the topic. I have not ever done something so crazy as kiss someone in the daytime. Um, I could test it out myself if you really want me to, but I don't know. I really don't know that it's definitely not a common thing. And again, who knows? Like there may be other factors involved. So one could argue Prank Invasion is a pretty good-looking, well-dressed man, so that probably adds to the equation. And for him, why does it work for him? It seems like he is getting dates and follow-throughs despite kissing them initially, which is the big question. And who knows what the actual answer is? My theory maybe that it's partially due to his looks and grooming and fashion, but it may also be one of the hugest factors, maybe the fact that these girls know that they're being filmed. They know that this seems to be a pretty official production. His video is a pretty quality, high definition video, so that assumes a pretty high quality camera. And perhaps what happens is these girls look up this guy on YouTube and see millions of subscribers and assume this guy must be pretty rich. And then it's kind of a little bit confirmed by the fact that he's taking them to a fancy restaurant. Again, that's I don't think that's necessarily the case. Oftentimes, I think once or twice he took them to like Applebee's, which isn't like a expensive restaurant. So, still, restaurants are kind of expensive. Regardless, though, yeah, I think that may be an influence as to why they don't really care that they kissed him initially. It's a more of an official production type thing rather than just some stranger on the street. Um, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. As always, like and subscribe. Again, there there may be better people to ask this than me, but that's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys later in my next video, hopefully.